Hi guys, today's video is another foundation testing review, as is becoming quite common on my channel. I am testing out the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. That is such a long name for a foundation. I will be giving you my first impressions and doing an 8-hour wear test with this foundation. I have also included a mini review of the Maybelline Sky High mascara, so that will be towards the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. And don't forget to stick around to the very end of the video to hear the really bad joke of the day. But anyway, if you would like to see how this foundation performs, then please keep watching. Okay, so let's get started. I hope you guys like the new background. I've just moved into a new filming room. Hopefully it's not too echoey. It sounds really echoey now that I'm talking, but I have a rug down, so I'm hoping that'll absorb some of that echo. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. This isn't going to be my permanent background. I just kind of wanted to move into here as soon as possible because it was a lot of work filming in my bedroom. It took a lot of moving things around to get the setup right. So yeah, now we're here. Anyway, on to the main purpose of today's video. I'm going to be testing out the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. It's supposed to give you a 24-hour glow, healthy looking skin, weightless medium coverage, and it looks fresh all day. So just going off the sounds of this is exactly the type of foundation I have been looking for my whole life pretty much. I like to look dewy, but I want it to last all day. However, I am a bit of a pessimist and I'm not sure that I believe that this is going to last me all day. But if it does, then I will be really impressed. So yeah, that's what we're going to be testing out today. So I got this from the Look Fantastic website and I bought it for £23.20. So that was including a discount. On the Urban Decay website, it's £29. And I got this in the shade 30. So I've tried it on the back of my hand and I think it's going to be a little bit dark for me. But considering it's medium coverage, I'm not as worried about getting an exact perfect match because I can just blend it out and it hopefully will not look as orange as my mom's foundation looked on me. If you haven't seen that video, you should probably go and watch it because that was bad. So it just comes in this little squeezy tube, which is quite interesting, and I'm just going to do a little kind of swatch on the back of my hand. So that's the colour there. It does look very dewy and very nice. It's not crazy different to my skin tone, but it is definitely darker. I think the tone is correct, but the shade is probably just a bit too dark. But I do also wear fake tan quite a lot. I haven't worn it recently because I just can't be bothered. So I'm sure it will suit me fine with a tan. And just one more thing to note if you are new to my channel, I have dry skin, so I will be testing it from that perspective. But anyway, I think I've rambled on for long enough, so let's just get started. I'm going to grab it actually. So I'm going to prime my face using my Milk Hydrogrip primer. I tend to use this in testing videos because I know how it works, so I'm going to try and get a bit of a wear test in today. It's still snowing outside, it's so cute. So on the day that I'm filming this, it's actually one of my friend's birthdays today and she's having like a Zoom thing later on in the evening. So I will be doing my makeup now for the Zoom call later and then I will check back in with you after I'm finished. But I'm going to do my usual half my face with a brush and half my face with a beauty blender. This isn't actually a beauty blender, it's a sponge. It's by Spectrum. And I'm going to start on, let's start on the brush side. I'll do my right side with the brush and I'll do my left side with the beauty blender. And blending that out. It is definitely, actually now that it's on my face, it definitely looks far too yellow. Okay, hopefully it'll blend out. We'll see. Oh my gosh, it looks very yellow, doesn't it? So if you use me as a shade reference and you don't wear tan, I would definitely go for a lighter shade. The shade difference is a lot more obvious on camera than it is in person. In person, it's actually not too bad at all. I think the foundation itself is actually really nice. It gives a very skin-like finish and it definitely gives a glow without making you look overly oily. And it's definitely done a good job to hide my redness. I thought it blended out quite well. I actually quite like this so far. I do have some dryness on my nose that you can see, but it's not half as bad as it looked with the Pat McGrath foundation. It's just a tiny bit. Okay, I'm just gonna do this side of my face with my sponge now. So I think both sides applied really, really well. I think you get the tiniest bit more coverage with a brush, but overall I don't see that much difference. I do think, I know you can still really see my spot on camera, but it's taken out a lot of the redness and a lot of the redness out of my skin. In fairness, that could be to do with the fact that this is quite a yellow foundation, so it could be just cancelling it out in tone. But overall, I think my skin looks really, really nice. Like, I'm really impressed with this so far. My nose definitely doesn't look as dry on the side with the Beauty Blender, so if you do have dry skin, maybe using a sponge with this foundation would work a little bit better for you. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more on my nose and my chin to see if I can build the coverage, and then I'm just going to blend out this side with my sponge like I always do. So I'm literally just gonna add the tiniest bit onto my nose and my chin. So honestly, just based on first impressions, this is beautiful. I absolutely love this. It's giving me Nars Natural Radiant vibes without the full coverage. So maybe if you really like the look of the Nars foundation but you don't want to go that full coverage, or you maybe just want something similar but for the daytime, you could try this out, because at the moment that's exactly what I'm getting. It looks very, very similar. And just comparing my natural skin tone with the foundation, you can definitely see it is quite a bit darker. I think if I had a fake tan on, this would blend in very seamlessly, but if I want to match my skin tone, I definitely would need to go at least one shade down. Let me double check what the undertones of this are, because I didn't expect it to be quite this yellow. So it says that 30 is light neutral, and in terms of shade, it's the same kind of shade range as the Stay Naked foundation, but I definitely wouldn't call this neutral. It's very, very yellow, but I do have to say, I think it's definitely picking up on camera a lot more yellow than it is in person, and it definitely has decent coverage, and the foundation did feel as though it was buildable. When I put it on my chin and my nose, I could kind of see that. I'm just going to give you a quick close-up of my skin. Okay, so I'm just going to do the rest of my face quickly off camera like I normally would. As always, I will leave all of the products that I use listed in the description box down below, and then I'm going to come back because I want to test out the Maybelline Sky High mascara on camera. I did do a kind of mini review on my Instagram stories, but I just kind of wanted to do it in a video as well, so I'll come back at the end and show you what this looks like. Okay, and I'm back. I just did a little pop of purple on my upper lash line. I just wanted to keep the eye look really simple. I'm only going to be doing mascara. I'm not going to be adding any lashes today, so yeah, I just didn't want to do anything too crazy. So this is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. I have seen loads and loads of people going on about this mascara, and I wanted to try it out for myself. I have tried it out already. Honestly, I liked it. I thought it made my lashes look nice. It does kind of like what I want a mascara to do. It separates them and makes them look nice and wispy, gives them a bit of volume and makes them look long. It doesn't make them look as long as some of the kind of pictures that I've been seeing, but I think half of that is to do with the fact that I have very long lashes, but they're very straight out. But my favorite thing about this mascara is it's the first mascara I've tried in a very, 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 very long time. And when I say a very long time, I mean actual years, that didn't smudge under my eyes. I usually always end up with a little bit of mascara just kind of here. After I go about my day, it's usually just under my eyes, and it's really, really annoying. But when I wore this, I went on a walk for, I think it was like an hour and a half. It was a long ass walk. And then I came up and I was like sorting out this room. So I was carrying honestly hundreds and hundreds of books downstairs. So I did about 20 trips at least up and down the stairs with really heavy bags, and then we were bringing like my desk and my chair and everything up here, and that was about 3 hours, so there was a lot of work, and it didn't smudge under my eyes, and I was just like, oh my god. But that was my favorite thing about this, so I thought I would kind of just do like, I guess like a mini wear test for this mascara as well today. I'm getting it all on my lovely purple. Okay, so when that has dried down, I will give you a close-up of my face so you can see what the makeup looks like. But I've just done basically the same steps that I always do to ensure that my makeup stays on for as long as possible. So prime, powder and setting spray. So the time is currently 3 o'clock. I think I started filming this 1-ish. So I started putting the foundation on about an hour ago, so about 2 o'clock. So I will probably check back in around about 9:30 or 10. So that should give it, it's 2 o'clock, that should give it a good 8-hour wear test. But honestly, my first impressions of this are, this could be one of my new holy grail products. Like, I just love how it looks on my skin. I don't know how to explain this. It was exactly like the Nars Natural Radiant Foundation, which is one of my favorite foundations, except not as full coverage, and it just looks so beautiful on the skin. So I actually just saw this foundation in natural lighting, and it actually looks completely fine. I think initially when I put it on, you could kind of see the difference between my natural skin and the foundation, and on camera it was picking up a lot more yellow. But now that I have like the rest of my makeup on and I've seen it in natural lighting, even compared to my hand, it didn't actually look that different, and it's actually a pretty good shade for me. So I think maybe the colour was just exacerbated a tiny bit on camera, but I thought I'd just give you that update. But those are my first impressions. I'll quickly show you what my skin looks like up close, and then I will check back in with you in around about 8 hours time. Hi guys, so the time is currently 11 o'clock, so I've had this on my face now for about 9 hours. Sorry if I'm talking really quietly, but my dad is asleep right next door. The Zoom call went on a little longer than I expected, so I'm going to be very quick and very quiet. I've also changed into my pajamas, so don't mind me. I'm going to insert a little close-up of my skin. To be honest, I just think this foundation is really, really nice. My skin definitely still looks dewy and glowy. It's stayed on my face. You can definitely see my oils coming through a bit, especially around like my nose, a bit on my chin. But to be honest, it hasn't separated at all, which is very rare for a foundation. And because of that, I love it. I think I will definitely be using this quite a lot. I'd love to see how this works in the summer, but I honestly think this is one of like my new favorite foundations ever. I think Urban Decay did a really good job with this, and yeah, the only criticism I would have to give, if any, would be that the shade was slightly more yellow than I was expecting when I was expecting a neutral tone. So that's just something to be wary of. Just quickly on the mascara as well, I just wanted to show you, like, I've had this on all day, and usually I would have sort of like a black smudgy line around here, but I pretty much don't. I do slightly have smudging just here, but it's hardly anything. So overall, really happy with both of the products I tested today, and I hope you found this review helpful. Okay, so let me know what you guys think of this foundation. Do you think this is something that you would buy? Is it something you're interested in? And if you have it already, do let me know how you're getting on with it. I'd absolutely love to know. If you enjoyed this, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more foundation testing videos, I will leave my testing makeup playlist on the screen so that you can go check some out. I do have quite a lot, and I still have another one coming up. So if you do want to see that video, make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications so that you will get notified when I post that video. And anyway, now for what you're all really here for, the really terrible joke of the day. Okay, I kind of like this one. What kind of music do planets like? Neptune's. I know some of the jokes on this channel have been really, really bad, but I thought that was quite a good one. Okay, I'll show myself the door, but anyway, if you enjoyed the joke of the day, if you heard the joke of the day, leave a little egg emoji. I'm still doing my little thing where I want to see who's listening to the jokes. So far, no one has, so let's see how many egg emojis we can get for this video. But anyway, if you did make it this far, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!